Okay, if you want to skip past the Altoids kit, I'll put the time on the screen. Got a stray butterfly band-aid for those deep wounds. Got a cloth band-aid. This particular goodies powder has caffeine in it. Got some anti-dihydral caplets. Up here, I have kind of a large fish hook, large for this size kit. Two small fish hooks, and then two tiny fish hooks for, dang it, I can never remember what, panfish. And then I have a glover's needle and a sail needle here. And this is called invisible tape. Got a bag of little sinkers. Alright, this is snare wire. I think it's like 5 feet, maybe 6. So you could make maybe 2 or 3 snares, but really this is for projects and repairs and stuff. It's great to have some snare wire. Got these safety pins. You can use them to dig glass or thorns out of your hands or feet. Or you could make them into fish hooks if you ran out of fish hooks. Alright, this knife is a little K-bar. It's made in China, but still, I think when stuff's got a name brand, even though it's made in China, it's better than Chinese no name like this right here. So I'd rather have this. Oh, and it's got a little thumb grip here. Give you some grip when you go to use it. Two aqua tabs. Got a lot of aqua tabs in here. I'll explain why in a minute. These cheap but loud and durable whistles. Great to have for Altoids kit. Good, you know. For something budget, they are excellent. Got a ferro rod striker here. Okay, there are 4 of these storm matches. They are BCB storm matches. They burn for 10 seconds, waterproof, windproof. More butterfly band-aids. And just in case you don't want to waste your storm matches, you just need a regular match. There's 3 regular kitchen matches here to preserve those storm proofs. Okay, this is a ferro rod, is like a magnesium bar with a thin ferro rod on top of it. And that thin ferro rod, I bet, is going to give you at least 500 strikes. But it came off of one of these. Didn't cost much at all. Got a 3-pack. And I had to saw off some of the end here, some of the magnesium bar, but not the ferro rod. But yeah, you scrape off some magnesium. It burns at hundreds or thousands of degrees. You strike it with your ferro rod. You shouldn't have a problem getting a fire started. Streamlight Nano, great size. They're only like 13 bucks, so they're great for these Altoids kits. Got a spare battery pack. The Streamlight Nano does take 3 batteries. Got kind of a bigger sinker compared to those other ones for that big fish hook. Triple antibiotic limit to go if you get a deep cut. This is a World Pack water bag. It is 18 ounces, and I put a bunch of aqua tabs in this kit because, like I said, it only holds 18 ounces. I'm sure you're going to want to drink at least 3 18-ounce containers, so what's that? You can easily drink 4 of these 18-ounce containers a day, so plenty of aqua tabs. And the aqua tab makes the water safe to drink. You don't want to drink from like a stream or something because you don't know what diseases are in there. This is over 70 feet of 15-pound test braided fishing line, and that's so you have plenty of it to help you make wooden traps. You can sew with it, and then of course fishing. Got 18 feet of this 100-pound line. It's not bad. It's not bad for Altoid kits and survival kits and stuff. It's not like super thin to where it's going to cut your hands, and it's thick enough to work with. So 100-pound line is great. 18 feet of that. 2 more aqua tabs. 2 alcohol prep pads, and that goes with the well, it could go with the regular band-aid to disinfect a small wound, but for these butterfly band-aids, you use the alcohol pad not inside of a deep wound, but to clean and dry the area that you want these butterfly band-aids to stick to. Oh, and always remember, when you're watching my channel, uh, before you try anything you see on my channel, be sure to research it yourself. Don't take my word for it. Got 8 more Aquatabs. So, Aquatab City. These are pieces of duct tape on parchment paper to keep their stickiness. And that's what you want for plastic bag repair and stuff, is name brand DUCK duct tape. Got 1 big match striker for those matches, and then 2 in case you lose it. Got this, this is one of those breakable box cutter blades where you can break sections off to get a fresh sharp point or whatever. Take some of your duct tape and make a little handle and have a little knife there. Okay, there's going to be some stuff you want to go with that Altoids kit. It's not a good idea to go into like bad weather with just that Altoids tin. So a couple things. You want a Swiss Army knife. We'll go over those in a minute. Swiss Army knife with a saw. This is a Mylar blanket. You got to have that. You pretty much got to have that. I mean, especially if you don't have time to build a shelter, you can hang the Mylar blanket up to protect you from the rain and to reflect the heat from the fire. Plus, it can help you get rescued because it's, you know, shiny metallic. Got 4.5 feet of 550-pound test paracord. And that is for a tourniquet. It will work on a large thigh, because the way I would tie a tourniquet, you're kind of wrapping the leg twice. This is some very thick fishing line. It's a 150-pound test, but that's not what matters. It is 0.7 of a millimeter thick, so you can work with it, you know. On the back, I have a razor blade just in case you wanted to use that if you lost your knife, who knows. And then 2 more strips of this duct tape on parchment paper in case your Mylar blanket gets a hole in it. Some people would rather have, over the Altoids kit, they'd rather just have this pack I made plus these storm matches. There's like 16 waterproof, windproof storm matches that burn for 10 seconds. Some people would rather have that than the Altoids tin, and I don't blame them, because some people just are concerned about making it through that one night. All right, for Swiss Army knives. By the way, I have 2 kits that have a Mylar blanket and a Swiss Army knife inside the tin. There's one that's all 5 C's of survival in Altoids tin, and then there's one that's all 10 C's of survival in Altoids tin. Alright, let's have a look at the Swiss Army knives. This is the Sentinel, one-hand Sentinel. And this is a 111 millimeter Swiss Army knife. It's Victorinox largest size, kind of, sort of. There's a larger size, but it's not really Victorinox. But anyway, so yeah, you got just a very sturdy blade, made with quality engineering and components, because it's Victorinox. You got a lifetime warranty. So yeah, this 111 millimeter, you get a pair of tweezers out the deal, and you get a toothpick. If you wanted one with a saw, because, you know, it might be a good idea to have a Swiss Army knife with a saw, there's all kinds of these 111 millimeter models with saws and different tools, and it gets even bigger. If you want to know more about large Swiss Army knives, I have a video called Some Large Swiss Army Knives. It's got this Swiss Army knife on the cover, and that is one big saw for a Swiss Army knife. Alright, so when you're using a used Swiss Army knife, you want to have a backup blade of some sort, even if it's that razor blade. But yeah, this is your backup blade, and in that case, well, this is a, by the way, these go new. These one hand Sentinels on eBay for like $40 new, maybe a little over $40. You can get, this is a Fieldmaster. It's a 91 millimeter, and it even gets smaller. There's the 84 millimeter Lumberjack. That's got a saw, and it's sturdy too. You can, it's very usable. But this is 91 millimeters. And Fieldmaster, got it. You can get these for under $20 used on eBay. Remember, there's a lifetime warranty. You can test, of course, test out a Swiss Army knife before you take it into the field. But new, I think you get these for like $40 brand new. Got the main blade. Got a can opener with this tip is for Phillips screws. It's a 2D Phillips driver. It's a forward operating can opener. Got the cap lifter plus flathead screwdriver. Have a saw here. And you can cut a log or a tree branch or whatever that's a lot wider than the length of this saw. By cutting around it instead of just 1 2-inch branch. You got toothpick and tweezers with this one. Got this Phillips driver for cracking open those hard to deal with rusted screws. So that's good to have to go with your 2D Phillips driver in case this doesn't cut it to break open that screw. You got a backside Phillips. Pair of scissors. And it's good to have scissors for like bushcraft and survival projects. You use those because they're not going to go dull like your knife blade would if you made a signaling mirror out of a beer can you found. So as of I think 1991, when a Victorinox Swiss Army knife has scissors, it will also have this hook, the universal hook, parcel hook. You can carry something 200 pounds with this. That's what it's rated for. And then you have the sewing awl. That's great to help you with survival and bushcraft type stuff. It's got the sewing eye. It's an awl. It's sharp on one side. All right. Thanks for stopping by.